starts. The story starts long ago, when most of you here were born, 2004, when I was born. After 1.5 years, as a result of overdose of quinine, I lost my sight. As if that was not enough, when I made 5, I'm told, I think, of recent, my dad tells the story shortly. He says, my mom passed on due to cancer. But God is good, and all the time is good. So that's how I come to Mbale. I brought to granddad. So my reaches time for school, and my siblings are going to school. So I'm saying, it's about going to school. Don't tell us I need to go to school. Then there are questions on these schools cannot teach you things like this. I'm happy that there are special needs education today in Mbale at least. But during that time it was hassle. The schools were not there, so granddad says, but one of my daughters has done special. They took me to Madera. That's where I had my primer. But granddad was there. He would come, take me to school, come visit me, come and pick me. Yeah, and primary English. So, but I thank him very much because he has always insisted on watching news. So I would watch news and I'm inspired by so many people on television. The people say I cannot see, but at least I can listen. So I would listen so much, and somehow that built my intellect. So I remember in senior 1, we came to understand. I'm told the subject called teacher. In fact, I never loved it. I never loved it because really novel and gay. But the whole story. But first time, things never worked well. Second time, the novels began becoming interesting, and I loved the subject. I said, but these people have written books, but then can't I also write one? Why should I only read people's books? Why do you also read mine? Those are the questions in my mind then in senior 2. So around senior 3, I'm saying, but I need to write a book. But I don't know what to write a book means. Anyway, what do they mean by writing a book? But I said I will write a book. So we write composition, 4 pages. I said, but this 5 pages. And they expand. Say, fine, something else will be done. So my story of writing gets seen. I remember, as I said, I'm passionate about debating. We go for, in 2024, we go for championship, Iganga District. We win the trophies. And the truth is that the goal was the team which wins was for nationals. Yes, I accept I was not very competent to go for nationals. So they chose another team to go for nationals. But I was pissed. I said, yeah, I'm not going for nationals. But when I went back home, I said, I am home. I am here with a laptop. What can I do? I am having 3 weeks of holiday. There was no much stress on paper, maybe, but I said, we shall do the papers, but apart from reading, am I going to read books and sleep? I said, but I have a laptop. Let me turn this liability into an asset. That's how I thought and said, but granddad has been there. What has inspired him? What has made him? Because I've heard many stories of parents who don't take their kids like me to school. They don't care. And I had one parent a year ago, the principal education officer was at Mbale, and she told the principal education officer of the news that those children are for the government, they are not our children. But what has made grandpa this inspired? And when I checked, I noticed was the attitude that he had that would make him do what he could. Today I want to simply say that I am because you are, because an attitude leading or being the master key to success is indeed something that's very true. Because besides the goals we set, besides the targets we set, besides the objectives we set, besides the missions and visions we can have, but without something binding us, without something helping us walk through the storms, the shining sunshine, the hot and cold days, it's attitudes. Because it's very clear. Mandela puts it articulately. He says that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the power to overcome it. I believe it's only as a result of attitude that you can overcome fear. When you have a positive attitude, you can get everything. Because what differentiates Saul and David in the Bible is attitude. Saul had everything, he was king, but he would not face Goliath. David had an attitude. And that did not stop at being Goliath, he went out thinking. I want to say that it's only an attitude that is positive that can save you through. Yes, you can start. Yes, you can have the zeal. Yes, you can have the power. Yes, you can have the resources. But without a mindset that has a positive attitude, I believe all can be done in vain because you will never give up. And remember that winners never quit. Quitters never win. So I would like to say that when you meet a mountain, you either create a path through it, you either climb over it, or make it gold mine with God as a center. I believe that when you are faced with circumstances, they either become barricades, blocks, or stumbles, or we turn them into opportunities. Today I would want to empower you and humbly request that if we maintain a positive attitude, we can get to greater heights than we can ever imagine. I'd like to conclude by saying that the Chinese have philosophized and they said that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the second best time is now.
Mom again, 1, 2, 3. Mom, 1, 2, 3 again. Mom again, the last one. Let's be hotter than that one. Whoa, 1, 2, 3 again.
Surely he deserves. He takes what he is trying to tell us, attitude. We have been teachers for quite a while. Even us who are not really teachers in profession, but also teachers, we are challenged. Even me, I'm challenged. For me, my father actually, may he rest in peace, was a teacher. And he also wanted me to teach, but me, I refused. Because I did not want that environment to join. But at the end of the day, I ended up becoming a teacher in another way. And I feel challenged. What have I done that is better than what Emma has done? It's really something that we need to look at. He has written this book that he has told us briefly about, including the reason that made him to write. Look at the kind of challenge that he has gone through. Losing sight is the worst thing that can ever happen to you. But look at how he accepted the situation and made through all the ladders of what can be challenging for someone who is not able to see. Do you feel what he feels? Maybe you don't. Me, I feel what he feels. It's something that is not easy. Now look at your situations on the ground. How many challenging situations have you met that may be tougher than the one that Emma has met? It's a tight one. But here he comes with a book. And the book is called Attitude, the Master Key to Success. And he's telling you, using his own experience, of how challenging his situation was. But he decided to pick the positive attitude. Look at the different people he has stepped on, picking out from. I pick one, and I want to appreciate you, the father of who? The grandfather of Emma. If it wasn't for him to make sure that he does not see this boy as lost, as someone who has lost, who has lost the hope, it would have been very difficult. Thank you, Grandpa, for not seeing this as useless. You know what happens with us parents? Sometimes you find a lame child And then when they ask you how many children do you have, then you say you have 5 and the blind one, 5 and the lame one. You see, what does that mean? If you, grandpa, if you had done the same to Emma, then you would have lost Emma a long time ago. We would have got this beauty. For me, as a person, as Angela, as a Pudut, as the Chief Administrative Officer of Mbale, I am more than humbled. Because it is a rare moment. For me, first of all, I think it was God's doing that He brings me to Mbale at such a time when Emma is thinking about launching his what? His book. And then He brings a moment, another rare moment, when the DO invites the stakeholders of Mbale to also come and share other issues about the success and the upbringing, the management of children and schools and all that. Then Emma arrives also, picking a date. Because when they came to my office, I told them, you pick a date and write it. They picked 12th of March. DO also picked 12th of March for meeting the stakeholders. And look at a situation where in the morning I was sharing with deputy, what we do now? Do we go for the stakeholders, then later Emma? Do we go for Emma, then the stakeholders? We divide ourselves, where do we go? Then she simplified, she comforted my heart when she told me that, look here, madam, I've shared with Emma, and he says that the same congregation was the same that he was also targeting. So let's do it once. Don't you think it's God's doing? Yeah. So I am so humbled to be the one here, to be the chief guest in this moment, and also to be the one that actually launches this book. And I want to call upon all of you to use this as an opportunity to make a difference in our schools, to change the mindset of our parents when they are taking care of the children. Use some bits that are in this book to talk to this challenging community that you're talking about. You never know, something may touch them and they'll be able to look up to their parents, to their children. Most of our parents, most of our communities have left everything to government. Have left everything about their children to the teachers, to you, the essence, to the PTA. And yet, they are also supposed to be responsible in making sure they pick and support. I also want to thank the teachers. Those teachers, the one who gave a testimony that he came from SMART and then he came and picked this boy. Thank you so much for seeing a talent in this boy. Most of us think that it's only academics. That is the future. No, there are so many talents that are hidden in our children. What are we doing? Let us do something. Let's go an extra mile. From today, we go back and pick a leaf and make sure that we do something like what was done to Emma.
Whoa, 1, 2, 3, begin.
Surely he deserves to announce the figure of 1 million shillings that we have been able to quickly collect for the book of Pande, Emmanuel. Thank you very much. I'm more than humbled. I can't imagine. I wouldn't be able to do this on my own. I wouldn't be able to get all this money, but you've been able to help me. So for the books that I'm getting, 40,000 is missing here. I'm going to manage. Yeah. So for the 2 books, I want to give to the 2 schools that I'm picking. One school, DO will tell you, the best school in O-level in Mbale District. What is the name of that school?
Nabumali High School.
Exactly. Come and receive the book. Nabumali High School. And then the best school for primary.
Nabumali Body.
So
is Nabumali boarding.
Please use this book to make sure that the children of Mabonga High School reach their destiny.
Yeah. Nobody taking the.
Yes. You see what happens with ladies. I'm sorry that I have had to be a lady, but also thank God for being a lady. So, thank you very much. May you use this book to make sure that the children of Mabonga body get to their destiny and meet the challenges in face. We want to see further in that word. We want to see the Emmas in the schools. We have already started preparing Emma for university. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Yes.
I'm Charles Kenneth Mabonga, a senior citizen in this country, and I'm the grandpapa of Pande Emma.
Which village did you come from?
I come from Fukula Sero, Wamwa Ward, in Nabumali Town Council in Mbale District.
Yes. What motivated you, not like other parents, to pick up a boy who was visually impaired and took him to school?
Actually, it was not, I think I took it as a duty for me as a parent, because what I had a challenge. My real father never had a formal education, but he had the guts to take all of us, regardless of sex, to school. So that one became a challenge to me. I, who had gone to school and studied up to a diploma level, how do the public look at me if I fail to take my own children to school? That one I cleared with them. Then Pande came as one of the grandchildren. In any case, he's not the first one. I've assisted so many of these grandchildren, and Pande is one of them. I didn't look at the visionary impairment at all. I knew he was a human being and he could make it. That's why I decided. And the special schools, I went around inquiring. They told me to take him to Madera. That's where I took him for primary school. Thereafter, when he acquired his first grade, I took him to Iganga SES, where he has been for his O and A level.
Yes. Some parents would think this kind of caretaking is expensive. Hasn't this been expensive for you?
For sure, such people with impairment are quite expensive. But as his book says, if you have you are determined, you have a good attitude towards it, you don't feel the pain, the expenses. But they are quite expensive, especially when you went to secondary. The first thing they told me, I had to get him a laptop. And that was an extra mile on top of the fees.
So, what's your call to the parents outside there?
Now, I would appeal to my fellow parents in the whole country and in particular that let's not neglect such children in the families, because they are all God's creation. So let's try and take them to schools. Where possible, we look for the donors. There are some organizations which assist them, because partially there is an organization which has been assisting me from O level up to A level. And it's my humble prayer that probably they continue with the same assistance when he joins the university.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you.